I've been wanting to talk to you quite a bit.
What do you got?
Well, all these UFO disclosures.
Yeah.
You're like one of the first guys that I want to talk to because you always have a skeptical, inquisitive perspective on these things. You're not necessarily dismissive,
right?
But you're not willing to just adopt this narrative that we're being visited by UFOs from another planet. It's weird to me that now the Pentagon is saying that these are real videos that they've captured off of naval vessels and they're been hovering over defense systems and they don't know what they are. They don't know how they operate. There's a film that was released recently by Jeremy Corbell that also came from the Navy where it shows one that's a transmedium device. It actually flies through the air and then goes into the water. And this is being filmed.
That's how they interpreted the information that was in front of them. Yeah.
Exactly.
Just to be clear.
Yes, but it did go in the water. And then they went to look for it, and they couldn't find it. They used a submarine. They used sonar. They don't know what it is.
Yes, I hope they keep checking to find out what it is.
It'd be nice to know what that is.
Oh, yeah. We live in a time where everyone is equipped with a high-resolution color camera and video recorder. Basically everyone. And if you run the numbers on it, it's about, I got this from someone from Google, there's about 6 billion photos and videos uplifted to the internet every day. And in that collection, you find really rare things that you only heard about, or maybe you saw the results of, but you didn't actually see it happen. So there are videos of buses tumbling in the winds of a tornado. Now, in the aftermath of a tornado, there's a bus on its side, and so you knew wind took it there, but previously, no one is going to say, oh, that bus is about to lift into the air, Wizard of Oz style, like the house. Let me go in and get my movie camera.
Right.
And then come back out and shoot this. No one did that. If you did, you'd be stupid. That you want to get the hell out of there. But everybody has a video camera. So we have images of this rare phenomenon, uncommon, hardly ever filmed, buses tumbling in the air. We have video footage of animals doing interesting things that we never had video recordings of. Here's my point. In the 1960s and 70s, there were many, many reports of alien abductions. People said, the aliens came to me and they brought me in and then they released me. Do you have any footage? No, they took my camera. Or no, they zapped my film and now there's no image on the film. But there were countless stories. Well, now you can stream live from your camera anything that's going on in front of you. So if the aliens come and they want to abduct you, stream it. That would be instantly viral. Oh my gosh. You know, the stuff that goes viral is much less than that. A kitten that jumps to the table and falls, that goes viral? You don't think a video footage of an alien is not going to go viral instantly? But there's none. So I'm just saying, I'm thinking if we were being visited, somebody would have some good footage. If we were being visited, I'm thinking maybe Google satellite images would catch spaceships that are not airplanes moving on our surface. If we were being visited, I'm thinking we'd have something better than fuzzy monochromatic video of objects that apparently reveal themselves only to Navy pilots, right? But all of what has been put forth as evidence for aliens, to me, is insufficient evidence to excite my interest, my research interest in devoting time to finding it out. But it definitely has excited other people. I have not stopped them. I am not saying defund the military program on UAPs, which of course is just updated UFO.
Are you familiar with one of the most famous cases was a case with Commander David Fravor of the Navy, who encountered with one or two other jets off of the Nimitz. They encountered this thing that was shaped like a tic-tac.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know the story.
Everybody knows this, yeah.
This story. It went from, they tracked it going from 80,000 feet above sea level to 50 in less than a second. They have no idea how it moved. There's no visible propulsion system. Mm-hmm. It was blocking their radar. It was actively blocking tracking.
This is what their sensors told them.
Exactly.
Just be clear about that.
And then
you're stating information as though it is facts. But
I
as
understand
a
what you're
scientist, when you're presenting information, you don't say, this thing was at 80,000 feet and it dropped to zero to sea level in 1 second, or whatever it was the
Yes.
measure. That's the wrong way to report it. What you say is, we have sensors that told us this is what happened.
I understand what you're saying.
Okay?
Yes.
That's a very important distinction.
Yes.
And so your first question then, tell me about the sensors.
Yeah.
Okay? Are they double checked? Are they, but if you're just going to say, there's this craft at 80,000, then everyone is thinking about a craft, and no one is thinking about the sensor. By the way, this level of attention I'm giving to the detail and the reporting of information, we do that with fellow scientists for much less
Oh, for sure.
than if we're being visited by intelligent aliens from another planet. Go to a scientific conference and watch the level of scrutiny we put on other people's work. If they have a sensor that has a new result, we'll say, did you calibrate the sensor? How long has the sensor been in use? I'll give you an example. Here's an example, okay? Do you remember Planet X?
Yes.
The search for Planet X. I'm talking about 100 years ago, Planet X, okay?
Yes. 100 years ago?
Well, there's several Planet X's, right? So Uranus was moving weirdly, nobody understood. Maybe there's a planet beyond it whose gravity we have yet to reckon in our equations. Boom, we discover Neptune. Wait a minute, Neptune is moving a little unfamiliarly. So we're out here at Neptune, and so I said, maybe there's a Planet X. Everybody started looking, including Percival Lowell, all right, back in the 1920s. And he said, I want to find Planet X because something's perturbing Neptune. So he sets out looking for it, and he doesn't find it. Then he hires Clyde Tombaugh, and he dies, so he doesn't see the results of this. Clyde Tombaugh, he said, I can't find it either. I will just systematically search everywhere. Because if you think something's affecting you gravitationally, you ought to have some idea where it is to be tugging on you in that way. All right? That's not some kind of weird, it's like you're moving differently. Where must the thing be to tug on you so that you're moving in that way? Right. No one could find such a Planet X. So Clyde Tombaugh said, it's got to be out there somewhere. I will systematically image the entire sky. All right? He does this, discovers Pluto. Was Pluto where Planet X was supposed to have been? No. Was Pluto the mass that Planet X should have been? Everyone assumed it was. But over the decades, the mass of Pluto got lower and lower and lower as our estimates got more and more accurate. And then we found out that Pluto is 1/5 the mass of our moon, made of half ice. Anyhow, there's still the matter of Neptune's orbit. Pluto did not have enough mass to make those changes. So the search for Planet X continued. So what happens? 1993, a colleague of mine named Miles Standish. He is an astrophysicist, looked at all of the data people were using to say Neptune's orbit was crooked. Looked at all the data. Then he found out that at one particular observatory, one of the observatories whose data was being grafted together with the other observatories was some mechanical adjustment that was made. He said, I wonder if that had an effect on the positioning of this telescope. He removed those data from his analysis and fitted data to all the other telescopes that he had for the positions of Neptune. When he did that, Planet X evaporated in that instant. There was no Planet X. All the other data, when he connects across, removing the data from the one where the observing log said they did something different, Neptune fell right on to Newton's laws. And so since 1993, there is no Planet X. The lesson there is you have information that you think is correct from your sensors. This was an observatory, a fine observatory. And you're going to say, this observatory says Neptune is misbehaving. But then you learned there was something wrong with the data. You throw it out. So I'm trying to say this happens all the time in science. You have to be careful what you're analyzing before you declare that what the thing measured is true, and then realign all your resources to address what you think is true, when it might have just simply been a glitch or multiple glitches or anything. And we do this all the time in science.